You know what there's a lot of pressure to do in the world? Win at things. But nobody ever satisfactorily explains how the things that you're supposed to win, how they're going to make you happy. And, well, shouldn't I want to be happy? Well, yes, of course. Happiness is what anyone should want. Do I need to explain that? So, so people will like cajole you into winning. Let me tell you a little something about myself. It's not difficult for me to win at things if I try, like, at all. The battle is trying to figure out why I should try. Nobody ever explains that. I mean, I had like arguments. People like winning arguments. Let me tell you a little something about winning arguments. That's a nonsensical concept. You can't win an argument. The only winning is if you and the person you would argue with actually come to some sort of agreement that is congruent with reality. That's a win. Just slapping another person down with your superior intellect, that's not winning, because did they actually learn anything? Well, science says no. They didn't. You know what arguments are? It's a rallying cry for idiots to join sides. But let me tell you a little something about the truth. It doesn't actually tend to have sides. That's the biggest thing in this world. It's like everybody's, like, the people who are like pressuring you to want to win things are people who were themselves pressured into winning things, and so those people already lost at having a mind of their own. So what are you going to take their advice on being a winner for, huh? It's tiring being me. It's just so tiring. I remember when I installed these digital things on gas meters, and I was the best in the country except this one Asian guy, and we were in Missouri together. And everybody's like, oh, I wonder if Ray's going to be able to beat this Asian guy, or the Asian guy's going to beat Ray. And I'm like, oh, this adds a little spice to my routine. But here's the thing. Even though my boss was always trying to inspire this atmosphere of competition, the reason I was so good at it is just because it's a finite series of operations. And the way to keep my day from being boring and also be diligent at work is to just do them faster and faster each time. And yeah, sometimes there's things that would get in the way, but then I'd find ways around that, and then do better at that in the future, just getting better and better. I'm not actually trying to beat anyone. I'm not trying to be a part of this competition. Like, once I made the cut to just not get fired, I'm like, well, all right. And, I'd run from gas meter to gas meter, and it'd probably make me look competitive, but the way I see it is, it keeps me from getting bored, and it also gets me my exercise. Like, why would you go to the gym when you can just do your job really fast and get all kinds of cardio and strength training? That's just many birds with one stone. It's the product of a functional mind. Even like, there was that time with my first channel, people would view me as some sort of undefeatable anti-feminist champion, but why I'm doing it is, like, I just can't get around, like, somebody saying, sexism is wrong. Now, here are the sexist things I propose that we do. It's like, that is a non-functional mind, and that's, like, fascinating to me. And it also makes for good videos when I just, like, respond to it how I think. It's very humorous to me. Till I realize that it's just building a mob of hatefulness behind me. People, because they don't see it that way at all. They're just like, oh, this is the side I can get behind. Because everybody wants to be on a side. Oh, device is too hot. Must be my sexy ass. But I was just thinking about it. Isn't that just another form of pressure? I'm some sort of human being. I'd like to be popular. But the pressure to be popular at the expense of doing what is right, well, that's just another kind of pressure that I have successfully motherfucking resisted. Always resisting the pressure. So tired. And yet, so very strong. But back to the analogy of somebody who's lifted weights their entire life, you know, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just this big, bulging, mass of veiny muscle. You gotta think to yourself, well, geez, why the fuck do I gotta be so strong? I just want to quit lifting the weights, for fuck's sake, for the love of God, man. But it never ends. I mean, I now have a brief respite from it, it seems like. But I'm not so stupid as to think that it's over. Anyway, it's a nice day. Actually, it's really hot, but go get up, maybe find another Stephen King book.